This video is going to be about turning your pain, trauma, or anger into motivation. Now, most people try to avoid this, and I think so that to some extent it should be avoided because it will have like a negative influence on you, but it has a massive return on investment. It's like I don't think that positive motivation is works to that kind of an extent as negative motivation does, and that's why I think that you should use it. And it's like you can easily use it, but you just don't. What most people do with their traumas or like um, pain that they have is just they kind of indulge in it um, from time to time, and like if you're anyways going to do that and like destroy your mental health by indulging in the pain, then you can just go on to like turn that negativity into motivation. And at least, I mean, like it will still affect your mental health, but then at least you are getting something productive done because of that negativity inside of you. So this story is about the time when I was in fourth standard in school. um, so every like class had a class teacher, and a girl from my class borrowed a scissor from like a different class, from the class teacher of like that particular class, and she used it for like a pretty long time because she, I guess, had some group project work or something like that. And so I had a friend in that class, and he came to my class after like some time and asked for the scissor. And I was sitting close to like the door of the class. That's why like he just asked me only to like get the scissor from her, and she was till then like done with her work. So I got the scissor back, I gave it to my friend, and just at that particular moment, the class teacher of like that class came to my class. And as I gave the scissor back to my friend, that teacher just assumed out of nowhere that I was the one who borrowed the scissor. So I like had kept it for a long time, and maybe like that teacher had to do something with that scissor for some important work, and since he thought that I took the scissor, he just slapped me. And that really felt bad, and I didn't actually do anything about it. I could have told my parents, or I could, maybe we could have complained in the school or whatever, but I didn't do it. Um, so that moment is where some of my pain and trauma comes from, and I kind of use that as a source of motivation. That okay, like that, just I don't care about like what happened in fourth standard. Like the slap wasn't that hard that I didn't cry after that. I was okay, but it still felt bad that like I um got like the punishment of something that I didn't even commit, but I just kept it inside of me. And mostly because I didn't think like there would be any point in just complaining about something like that. Like, yeah, maybe uh, the teacher could have gotten suspended or whatever, but I just didn't think that at that point of time there would be any point in it. And it's like I kept most of my things to myself. I didn't really share a lot of the things. So like I didn't even tell it to my friends or like anyone. It's just like that particular friend who just came to ask for the scissor, he knew it, and that's it. Like I didn't tell it to like anyone at that point of time. And I just keep like that thing inside of my brain as like a source of motivation that um, whenever I go to the gym, whenever I'm trying to push myself physically, I just keep that in mind that if in the future that something like that again happens, that I get a punishment for something that I didn't commit, I am gonna like physically assault the person who did that. Because if I didn't do anything and I'm just getting punished for no reason, then I will revolt. So what you can do with these like negative moments of your life, first of all, just to like get rid of them, I would say that a good thing would just be to like have a journal and then like keep journaling about all of those things, and you can just keep writing these moments and um what you felt in them, what um and what like you kind of find like a message, if like there was a message. Even in my story, I would say like the message would be to that like I got like punished for something that I didn't do right. Well, the way to uh, have dealt with that smartly would have been something like actually telling just that girl who like borrowed the scissor to hand it over to my friend. Like I shouldn't have actually went there, took the scissor and then handed over to my friend. Like when I went to take the scissor, I didn't know that like yeah, the class teacher would just approach like at the same moment. So it was kind of like it was just something that happened by coincidence. There's not much to like learn from this, like rather than like just be like really like predictive and like smarter situations so that you don't get like messed up for no reason. That I can say is like one message, but mostly ra- rather than just like learning from something like these negative moments, rather than doing that, use them as a source of motivation. Just keep them inside your head and like always imagine that that happened with me when I was like small, and when I grow up I will just never let that happen again. And this will really motivate to you all to a large extent. And yes, you can say that negative motivation will like have some kind of an influence on you. It might affect your mental health, but then you are anyways affecting your mental health by doing a lot of shit that you shouldn't do. So if you just add this onto the list and it also gives you some kind of a positive feedback, positive return on investment, then it's just good in the end, because this will be a lot more like motivating rather than like watching any kind of motivational video on YouTube, or having like some kind of positive source of motivation, because they just don't work to like that much of an extent. And yeah, you can also add to that that like this popular saying that yeah, you don't need motivation, you need discipline. You basically do need discipline to do like anything, but then having the motivation with you all the time is just uh, icing on the cake, and it will just help you even further rather than just having and completely relying on discipline. And that is it for today's video. Thanks for watching.